with Didier Dincher. I'm Nico from Don't Panic Games. Didier
Hi,
from Capsicum. We're here to talk
hi
about
Nico.
Fighters of the Pacific today.
Yes, I have to stop
Uh,
to play with.
which stop playing with the planes. Which is
Yeah.
an upcoming Kickstarter that's coming. You can see right here, February 21st on Kickstarter. Uh, Hello Didier. First, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself if people don't know you?
Yes, hi, I'm Didier. I was a founder of Capsicum Games in 2013. Well, the company made a lot of games and is still doing games, but without me because I sold it last year. And now I'm working as, let's say, project manager for Don't Panic Games.
That's us.
Yes, that's you, and very happy to work in your team. It's really really nice. I love it,
And it's nice
and
to have you.
thank you. So, and Fight of the Pacific was a project I have. I think the last contract I've signed with Capsicum Games 3 years ago, and now, I take care of this project now for Dot Padding Games.
Okay. Um, where did this project originate? Did because you how did the idea come about? Did you want to do this kind of game or?
Yeah, we met actually the author of the game. His name is Frank Garibaldi. He is living in Marseille,
Mhm.
and he tried to make the first version of these games a few years ago on Kickstarter, but he didn't manage to go through all the process and all the campaign and then he contacted me at that time because we made a successful campaign with Fleet Commander, and he just called me and told me, yes, Didier, do you have some advice how to make a good campaign and what can I do with my game and everything. And it was very sympathetic guys, so we had very good contact on the phone. And I was asking him, so what was your project? And he told me, so yeah, it's a tactical game with the airplane in the Pacific during the World War II.
Mhm.
And actually, when I was 12, I've seen the film The Battle of Midway,
Mhm.
and I was really fond of this kind of films. And I remember as I used to replay this battle 1,000 times with small Lego stones.
Ah
When
yes.
we used to. Okay, so and
You
so
put
so
two
for
bricks together and that's a plane, and you have two of them going.
exactly,
Ooh.
exactly, and we have built some aircraft carrier with
Uh-huh.
Lego, small size. It was that scale, but we could do so huge battle with a lot of plane, and it is exactly what Frank described to me at that moment. I say, oh, okay, let's have a look at your game. Maybe I can. Yeah, exactly. So it sounds really cool. And so we met. I remember it was in a farm deep in south of France. I think it was the place of his grandma or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to go there. So, okay, it was great. So the game was cool. Was not finished in my opinion, but it was really cool, and there was a lot of green light everywhere. So that's why I proposed to Frank to have a deal together so that we can do the game together. Um, and I proposed him some improvement, and I think he liked it. He told me, okay, yes, that's right, that's a good improvement for my game, and that's why we decided to make the game together. And now we are working intensively on this game since June,
Mm-hmm.
May, something like that, right after the confinement, quarantine. How do you say that in English?
The lockdown.
The lockdown,
Ouais.
exactly. And what is good is that we managed to set up a lot of online tool to play together. So it was not Tabletopia, the very famous tool we use now,
Mm-hmm.
but it was another one, a whiteboard, online whiteboard, very simple, but it
Yeah.
was completely efficient for Fighter of the Pacific.
Sure.
So we managed to play 2, 3 games a day in these times, and to make all the improvement and to make the fine design of the game. Um, Fight of the Pacific. What is that? It's a war game. It's a tactical game
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of airplane on token like this. So the first improvement was to switch from miniatures to token. because with token you can have a lot. You don't have to paint them, and really our aim is to play with a lot of different kind of plane and to have a lot of them in the box.
Yes.
So
Right.
so that's why I think it's a very efficient way to play, and it's also easier. You will see on the scale of the game, we will play on hexagon, and it's very easy to move them on hexagon and to and so on. So that's why we went on the solution of tokens for the airplane, and and the game takes place right now in 1942. It was right before the Battle of Midway, that everybody knows, I think. And because Frank and I, we are both fond of wargame, of simple wargame, and of history.
Okay.
And that's why we put a lot of attention in this game to be historically accurate. It doesn't mean that you need to be yourself accurate to play the game. Yes, of course not. It's still a simple and fast air battle game. But for people who knows the history, they will recognize in small details like the marking of the plane or the model of the plane, the model of the carrier. Here we have the Kaga. So and each carrier was drawn really like his historical model.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect the game, but I think it will
Yeah,
please all
it's important.
the
So
historical
there's not
fans.
going to
So
be any Messerschmitts or anything in Fighters of the Pacific.
exactly.
What?
And we also wanted to invite Porco Rosso, but no,
Yeah,
but
no, no,
not our guest
different,
star.
different IP.
Exactly. And and that's why now we are finished with the rules of the game. Um, I'm very happy because we had the chance to work with Alexandre Bonvalo for the cover. We can see the two planes
Yes.
behind you.
Yeah, I can.
They are drawn by Alexandre Bonvalo. Maybe someone know him already because he was the art designer for Heroes of Normandy.
Which the art in the Heroes of Normandy was awesome, perfect
Yeah,
for that, because
exactly.
it's like comic y, but
Yeah, yeah,
also historically accurate, and it fits the theme of World War II really good. He's good that way.
yeah. Yeah, exactly, and that's why we contact him to make our art, and of course he said yes. I think he knew the game already, and yes, we had really we are lucky to work with him. It's cool,
That's nice.
and for all the tokens, for all the small pounds of the game, we work with Antoine Schindler, and he was the art designer of Fleet Commander.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and he made for us fantastic token and pounds,
Which
and he drew all the token for the carriers, the ships, and the plane. And Antoine is fond of military things and camouflage and things like that. So I knew it was the right, I knew it was the right
the right
guys
guy for the.
to draw exactly a warship with some details and giving them also a lot of spirit. So each warship has his own, his own spirit. So you can see it on the drawing. So it's cool. It's really nice.
It's the
And
Japanese warships have wa
yeah, exactly, exactly. And they are historically accurate.
accurate.
So and yes, that's the point. Now we are drawing all the pieces of the game. The rules are okay. We have some art, and that's why we decided to go for Kickstarter in February. It gives us 3 months now to finish to prepare. We have set up a Facebook page, so I invite you if you are interested to follow us on Facebook
To
because it is
if
for us
you
a
just
good
say
mean
Fighters of
to
the
exchange.
Pacific on Facebook, if you
Exactly.
look that up,
Yes.
you'll come on the
Yeah.
page.
Yeah. Exactly. And for us, it's important to have many people there that we can exchange about what the people want in their game as a basic features. But we have some idea, we propose something already, but maybe we can still make some adjustments, see if people want.
Okay.
That's the point. It's,
And
um,
For the Kickstarter, do you have a particular approach to it? Do you want to go with a lot of stretch goals? Do you feel it's more better the way it is, or do you have any idea of how you're going to? Because Kickstarter is kind of a new way of selling board games, and so what's your approach to it? What do you
Now,
feel?
for us, Kickstarter, the main goal of Kickstarter is to reach the American customers,
Mm-hmm.
because I think this is a very good game for the US. First, the topic, the background is really American, and I'm sure they will love this game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, for me, Kickstarter is a very good platform to reach international customers, and especially the US customers at that point.
Yes.
That's our major goal. And when you do a Kickstarter campaign, you ask people to trust you, to send you money first, and then you send the game.
Mm-hmm.
So in our case, okay, we have done already Fleet Commander, which was a good, which happened very well. So everybody got this game and enjoyed it and things like that. Um, Now we are two publishers behind this game, Fighter of the Pacific. So there
Mm-hmm.
is Capsicum Games and Don't Panic Games. So I mean, there is no risk for, well, there is a very low risk for production issues or something like that.
Yeah.
But people still trust us. So, and for me, it's very important in a Kickstarter campaign to reward the people who do the
Who?
campaign with us.
Yes.
You know, and I think the way of stretch goal is a very good way to reward the people for their trust and for their participation.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's why, yes, we will do a campaign with a base game for for the best price we can do,
Mm-hmm.
and then we will do a package with a lot of things. So actually, almost everything what we can propose for this game, but because we have imagined some expansion
Uh-huh.
with historical battle. For instance, there will be an expansion for the Midway battle, an expansion for the Coral Sea battle, and we will put everything on the all-in pledge.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the big one. And of course, there will be stretch goal. If we reach a good success, we have to say thank you to the people. And for me, saying thank you to the people is adding some stuff in the game. So some maybe a new plane, maybe some scenarios. I don't know. We will
We
see.
love new
You know,
stuff.
yeah, that's the point. It's Kickstarter is a great experience. It will be 30 days long, I think, and we have to do this with the people together and to say thank you.
You were mentioning to add expansions and additional battles and things like that. Does the game have like a campaign aspect? Are there missions? Uh, can you like play several, or are there different missions, or do you play several missions in a row, or how does it
Yes,
work?
we have. The game is based on scenarios, so you have to set up a scenarios to play a game. In the base box, we will propose something like 6 or more scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
which are some kind of generic scenarios. So there is some dogfight, there is an attack of carriers, there is some
Yeah.
interceptions and things like that. And after, of course, in the expansion for the historical battle, it will be the same. We will provide some aircraft of that time of that
Yeah.
battle, some additional carriers with their fleet and everything, and also a set of 5 to 6 or 7 scenarios to play the different phases of the battle. For instance, in Midway, you
Yeah.
had the first attack has been made by the Japanese on the island, so it is the first scenario. You have the attack of the
Mm-hmm.
Japanese on the Midway island. The second scenario is the counter attack of the Midway Island aircraft against the Japanese fleet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there is some waves.
And
So the US came in different waves. So this is a scenario like this with different wave of attack. And so there is 6 scenario altogether to replay this battle at its different stages.
okay, very good. I don't know. Do you want to start playing a
Yeah,
little bit with it? Maybe
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
explain the rules, and we can show off some of the material. So I'm just gonna shrink us to the corner right there.
Yeah. So let's. go to this place.
Oh, smudge. There we go.
Okay. Are you here? Yes.
Here we are. Yeah.
Cool. Yes, you see what you see here is a small board. Normally, it's a little bit bigger, and but here this is a demonstration. Let's say initiation setup. There is not that much playing, but maybe after we can show the huge board. You see here the token I told you before. They represent the plane. So I have here some wildcats, the F4F. Wildcat, it was the typical fighters of the US Navy in 1942. And on your side, you have the Zero, the very
Mitsubishi
famous.
Zero.
Exactly, which were very, very good fighter at the beginning of the war. And 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 here for the initiation, we just set up 6 of each. A normal dogfight is more 14 versus 15, or
Okay,
it's
so you do have lots of planes on the board.
yeah, exactly. That's the purpose and all the taste of this game. So you see here the board is made of hexagons. Some hexagons have some clouds, and the board will be made of modular boards. Here there is 6 of them. You can maybe guess them, but
Yeah.
and if you can flip them to have some clouds or island or things like that to change the background of your battle.
Okay.
So okay, that's the plane. Here we have some on the left side for me. Maybe it's on the right for you.
Yep.
We have some player aids, player help, so reference sheets.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. You have the
Yeah,
one for the American planes.
exactly. You have the one for the Japanese. You can flip it if you like.
Oh, there you go.
So okay, so both players have both plane reference, and here if you open one, just open one for the US. With the space,
Yep.
you can make it full screen. Yeah, make it full screen for the US.
Yep.
Here you will see for each plane the characteristic. The red is the arc of fire. It's the place where you can shoot at other plane. You have the speed. So each plane has its own speed, which is the number of movement points he has on the board. Each plane has also an armor value. The armor value is the number of hits he can take before he is shot down. So the Wildcat, all the US planes, they need to shoot, 2 hit to be destroyed. And then there is some traits. The traits that's very important is some like special rules for this plane.
So yeah.
So for
the Wildcats are fighters.
Yeah, they are fighters. It means they will be able to perform some maneuver. The Dauntless, they are bomber or dive bomber, and the Devastator, they are bomber or torpedo bomber. It means they can carry a level bomb or a torpedo.
So you have torpedoes that you can move on the board.
Yeah, exactly. You can drop torpedoes to ship target, and you can drop bombs. And there is 2 kind of bombs. There is a dive bomb, so you have to start on the high altitude and you go down and you launch your bomb, or there is the classic bomb. So you have to pass over your target to drop your bomb.
Yeah.
So that's for the US airplane. So you see. What we have here on the you can have a look at the Japanese, yes,
yeah,
right?
I noticed, and I knew this before, is that the Zero only has 1 hit point, but it's
exactly the
it's
Zero
faster.
has only 1. It's not faster. It's
the same.
I mean, yeah. In reality, it was a
speed,
little bit faster,
but I'm
in the
agile.
game they have the same speed.
I don't know what agile means. Yeah.
And you have a 20 millimeter gun, which is also a very dreadful weapon.
And
so
there's a little ×2 in front of the nose of the Zero. That means if the enemy is in that hex, he takes 2 damage.
Exactly. That's the 20 millimeter gun effect.
Yeah.
So it means that if you manage to shoot at a target at this range, it will take twice the damage. And you have seen for all American airplane, it means destruction. So
yes.
in one shot, if you manage to shoot directly. And you are agile. I will explain later what it means. So it means you can have a free turn at the end of your movement.
Okay.
Last point about the player help. You have here all the rules of movement on this board. And here you have the turn to count the turn, because in some scenario it is important. And here you have the initiative token, which is a very important part of the game. This is the initiative. Okay, this is a turn-based game, so we play in turn, and each turn is divided in 3 phases. Okay, the first phase is the initiative. We have to establish which player has the initiative. To count the initiative, we look at the group of plane. You know, a group of plane is a number of planes that are from the same player at the same altitude, facing the same direction, and touching together. So you have 2 groups of plane.
I see.
Okay, I have 3 groups of plane.
So these 3 are a group, and these 3 are a group. So I have 2 groups.
Exactly. Each group at high altitude, they count for 1 point handicap. Okay. If your group is at low altitude, like this, okay, this is a group of plane, but at low altitude. We just flip the token to show the altitude of the plane. In this case, it has 2 points handicap.
Okay. So like this, then this would be 3 groups, right? No, like if I do this, if I just flip one.
Here you have.
Here,
yes.
you have 3 groups.
Yes, because they are not at the same altitude and they are not touching together. Yeah. So you have three groups and one is low altitude.
And so that would be 4 points, because 1 point for this one, 2 points, 1 point. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. This would be 4 point handicap, and this is 1 point handicap. And in case you have a damaged plane, each damaged plane count as 1 handicap extra.
Okay.
Okay. So and then we the player who has the less handicap is the player with the initiative.
Okay. So I have 2 and you have 3.
Exactly. So you have the initiative. Okay. So initiative is very important for the next phase. So this is the first phase, determine the initiative. And now we go to the activation. So activation is that each player will have to activate a group of plane. We do it in turn. So you activate one group, I activate one group, and so on, until we have activated all our plane. The player who has the initiative, he can start, but he can always pass his turn of activation. Okay. So it means now you are supposed to activate one of your groups. But if you prefer, if you want, you can pass your turn. So I have to play. Okay. And you can always pass. It means that you can force me to play all my plane before you move yours.
But if you pass, you'll still get to move them after.
Yes. Right. Well, you have to move all your plane during the activation.
You can just wait and see what the enemy is doing as you approach.
Exactly. And sometimes when you are in fights, it is more interesting for you to play first. So you have this decision too. You can decide to play first. That's why initiative is very important, and the player have to manage their group of plane in such a way that they can keep the initiative.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say I activate. It's my turn to activate. So I decide to activate this group of plane. Okay, that's one. In this case, I will move one plane and make his fire, his shooting, and then I will move the second plane and do the shooting, and then it's activated. Okay?
Yeah.
So first, I show you the movements. This plane, you remember, they have a speed of 3. It means I can do 3 movements in my phase. So what are the movements? The first movement is very simply moving forwards. Okay, that's one movement point. I can also slide on the right. Okay, that's one movement point. I can slide on the left, like this. It's also one movement point. Or I can turn. Okay, one. one 60 degree on one side or the other one. That's also one movement point.
So
Okay,
straight,
so
slide, or turn. Okay.
or turn exactly. And the point is, I can also lose my altitude. In this case, I move forwards. I lose an altitude.
You
Okay, from
dive.
height, I dive exactly, and this is free. It costs
Sorry.
it costs no movement points.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I can also, when I am down, I can also climb. And climbing is moving one movement straight and going in high altitude, and it costs me 2 movement points.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all. What is important? There is some rules. I cannot move right and then move left, for instance. That's forbidden.
You
Okay,
can't
I
you can't do two moves, or is
on
it because you're
opposites.
changing directions?
Exactly. I cannot change direction between two consecutive movements. For instance, if I turn right, I can slide right, but I cannot slide left. I cannot do this. So actually, it's quite natural. I cannot do right and left. Okay,
Yes.
that's forbidden. But I can do right, right again, and right again. For instance, I can do this.
And
It's a very tight.
can you do right, forward, and then right, and then left?
Exactly. And then left. Yes, I can do right, forward, and then left, for instance. I can do this. Okay. So it's a 3 movement point for this plane. And diving is always free. So I can move right, I can dive. It's free. So I still have 2 movement points, and I make two and I finish here. So for instance, I started here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start to move around, and we will stop. You know the game, and we will stop when it comes on shooting.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
We will
So,
explain the shooting before. So
so
you have the initiative. You can start.
I'll just start. These guys are just gonna. Wait, so they have three moves, so. Well, I'll move them one by one, even though they're all going to do the same thing, but I'll still.
Yeah.
So, 1, 2, and let's say 3. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Now it's my turn. I will move that one. 1, 2, 3 straight. 1, 2, 3 straight. Okay. It's you.
Okay,
You
I'm
can
gonna
you
try.
can pass.
Now I'm gonna go try and hide in the clouds for now.
Mm.
So 1,
Because
2.
the clouds are very useful. They are at high altitude. It
Mm-hmm.
means they don't count if your plane is at low altitude, and they can hide you from the shoot of your opponent, but you cannot shoot also when you are
Okay.
in the clouds. So it's my turn. Huh? So now I make 1, 2, 3. I slide on the left. 1, 2, 3. And no, we forgot to do something. Is when you have activated a group of plane, you can put a mark like this to show that your plane have been activated.
Yep.
So you remember. And that one, they will do 1, 2, and 3. I will try to make a groups. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. They have been activated. I
Okay.
need the token. I try to.
I think you forgot to tell me because you said the agile rule. The zeros have a
Yeah. The zeros, they are agile. It means that at the end of your movement, you can do a free turn.
Okay.
Okay. And but you have to respect the rule of movement. It means that you cannot your free turn. You don't have to make two
You
different
can't.
direction.
Right.
Okay. And if you have made a turn before, you cannot do. Yes, I forgot to tell you. You cannot do two turns consecutive.
Okay. And can you do
Okay.
two slides?
Yes, you can do two slides, but not two turns
Not
on
two
the
turns.
same square. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
We have finished this turn. Now we make the third phase of the game. It is the end of turn. So normally this is the phase where all mandatory movements are done. You have reinforcement, you check for victory, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then for us, it's just we remove the activation token. No, come back. Okay, and we move the counter. It's the second turn, and we start again. Yes, with initiative. So in this case, I have one group here and one group here, and you have two groups.
Yeah.
It's a draw. In case of draw, the player who had the initiative keep it. So you still have the initiative.
Okay. Well,
Make what you want.
I'm gonna pass this time.
Because yes, dangerous.
How far? Yeah, the two.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you still won't be in range, so I'm okay.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no, I'm just a little too
1,
far.
3. Yes, it's okay. This group has been activated. Your turn.
Yeah. Okay, let me think. You said you could slide multiple times.
The first encounter is very important. The first time we cross each other is really the decisive point.
And I think I'm gonna lose.
I'm not sure because you have the initiative, so yeah,
Right.
you can move now, and you will be able to move first the next turn.
That's true. That's true. Oui, alors. So I have to think about what my next turn is going to be because I want to be right in range next turn. So I have to go. I see that I shoot those 4 hexes in front of me. So like this.
Yeah.
So if he's here, I need to be here. Which means. Because I have to use all my movement.
Exactly. We have to tell people that each plane has to use all his speed, all his movement. You cannot break in this game. So you have to use all your 3 movement points for this plane. And second, that the shooting occurs at the end of your movement. So it means that you have seen the zone of shooting, so you will be able to target an enemy aircraft at the end of your movement if it is in your arc of fire.
I have to think, but I think it's good.
Don't think. Go ahead. It's a demonstration.
2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just keep them in formation, I think. Attends, because I go 1, 2, 3, chuck. Ça sera bon. 1, 2, 3, chuck. Ça sera là. So he's gonna go. Oh. Oh, wait, I don't have a choice. 1, 2. Yeah, I have to move him here. But him, I can go here as well. I don't think that's very good, but that's what I got.
All right, it's good. Okay, it's my turn. I will make this one 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. So you see I made a turn, a slide on the same direction, and then another slide. It's a valid movement. Okay.
And these guys are just going to go forward.
Okay. It's okay?
Yep.
Okay, so we are at the end of the turn. We have to check for initiative. It's the same case as before. It's 2 versus 2. You keep it. It's turn number 3. And okay, so you have the initiative. You can decide to move first.
Alors, yes, I will.
Yeah.
Alors, I go
Makes
3,
sense.
but I'm a 0, so I have an extra turn, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So what happened? It's interesting. It happened that you remember the arc of fire of your plane was this 4
Oui,
hexagon,
yeah.
okay, in front of you. So at the end of your movement, you have put my fighters here in your arc of fire. So this plane has been activated. So now you shoot at him, okay? This plane was not yet activated. So it means I have to make escape maneuver.
Oh, okay.
So it's mandatory movement for me because you shoot at me. So what is an escape maneuver? During an escape maneuver, I can move forwards. I can slide on the left or on the right. And I can also add a dive movement to my movement. So I could make something like that. Okay? So I have to do it. So I will, and my aim is to go out of your arc of fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I do this, it's good, but you will attack me right after. But okay, no, I do this. Okay, so this is my reaction.
Yeah.
I escape your fire, but my plane is activated. So now I cannot move it anymore. So it's still your turn. You still have to activate the rest of your group.
Yep. And I think this guy is gonna go up.
1, 2, 3. Okay. And because of your agility, you was able to do this. And because of
turn.
your 20 millimeter guns, you make 2 damage. So you shoot at this plane. This plane has been activated already,
So he can't dodge.
It cannot dodge. Exactly, it cannot dodge. So it means it takes the damage. And because you have the 20 millimeter guns on your 0, it makes 2 damage. I have 2 armor, so I'm destroyed.
Yeah. First blood for the Japanese Empire.
Exactly. So now you made a great use of agility and 20 millimeter guns. So
yes, and unfortunately I have a third plane, but it's gonna be a little too slow. I don't have a nitro, do I?
Nitro, no.
Can I just
boost?
yeah.
Some alcohol in.
Yeah, so I'll force this guy to dodge, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's very good. And it's very good because if I go there or there, I can go there. Cool. No, I will go here and I will dive also to escape you.
You can do both as a dodge, slide and dive.
Yes, exactly. The dodging is actually moving one hexagon in front of you, one of the 3, and then if you want, you can make the dive maneuver if you are at high altitude, of course. Huh?
Yeah.
So now it's my turn, and I tell you, I will be merciless.
You should.
Because you shot one of my friend down. So 1, 2, 3, and then I shoot on this one. Because that one. Because it was already activated, you cannot dodge.
Right.
Okay.
So and I have only 1 hit point. So
I move away. Wait, I mark my plane as activated. And then I have the second one, and I will do something like 1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
And I destroy your second.
I thought I was
0.
So clever, but no.
Okay, well, actually, the color of the token here doesn't matter. It can be orange or blue.
Oh.
It just we found more convenient to have two colors, but actually it doesn't mind. So we have not finished the turn. The battle here is over, but now we have still these two groups.
Yeah.
I made the last activation, so it is your turn, but you can pass because you have the initiative.
I will pass again.
Okay. And I will try to.
I don't think I can reach them.
1, 2, 3.
No.
It's not a good idea, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
1, 1, 2, 3, turn.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, turn.
Okay. So this is the end of the turn.
Yep.
We move the activation token. Yes. So next turn, we calculate the initiative. You have it because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handicap points.
Oh, yeah. And I still have only 2 because this is one group,
Right.
and this guy
And
alone
you
is
want.
another group. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have the initiative. We move this token turn 4. So you can decide to activate or not.
Yes, I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to remember the split S maneuver.
Okay. I
don't
can
know if
explain.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, I see it in the aid explains it. Basically, I drop altitude in any direction for all of my
Exactly.
points.
Yeah. The split S is really a special maneuver. Which was very effective to avoid an enemy following you. So you lose one altitude and you end up in one adjacent square
Yeah.
at low altitude with your tail facing the point where you were. I don't know if it is clear, but
Yes. So
make one. Only the fighter can do this maneuver.
I think yeah, because then he has to move. So if I do this,
so you cannot pass through me, but yes, you make a split S. Yeah. Okay.
and then because you can't shoot at the beginning of your turn, you have to move and then shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, you were like this, yes?
Yeah.
So the split S will be
Yeah, I'm facing this way.
you facing that way,
Yep.
exactly. This is the end of your split S. But because you are agile, you can make a free turn now, if you want. Which is can be very powerful also.
Yeah, because if I turn this way, I'll gain some time to chase him
Yeah,
afterwards, maybe.
yeah, that's very well done because it will be very difficult for me to catch you. And there is some danger threat here from this group also. And but I can catch you with this one. Not even 1, 2, 3, losing altitude. But then I will be dead. But okay, uh, let's try this. 1, 2, on the right. Then I can slide on the right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I can lose 1 altitude for free.
Isn't
And
diving? Yeah, because you have to move one more. Don't you have to move one more?
wait. I was there. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just slide. And no, because I made. I was there. Huh?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was there.
Okay.
I was turning on the
You
right.
did the turn 2. Yeah.
No. Wait. It's wrong. I made a straight. Okay.
Yeah.
The right turn is 2 movement point. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
3, and then
a
a free
slide
dive.
on the right
Okay.
is
Yeah.
3, and then the free dive. exactly.
Okay.
So,
This
and
guy's
now
this guy dies.
exactly because you didn't manage to escape. So it's your turn. You can move it
Oh,
apart. Up.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's your turn. You can pass if you want.
I don't think so.
Okay.
2, 3. Da, 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 da.
Oh, very good. No, not yet. I have to
Oh.
move
Ah
first.
oui, c'est vrai.
I
Yeah,
will.
you can dodge. Oh, I always forget that part.
If I move there, I'm dead. Okay, I do this. I can pass through my friends, and so I do my free dives.
Okay.
Okay. You can pass through your friends' aircraft. You cannot pass through enemies, and you can never stop on plane at the same altitude as you.
Okay.
Okay,
Can you
so
have two planes at different altitudes on the same?
yes, you can.
Only if they're friendly, or even if they're.
No, even if they are
Okay.
far.
So I missed there. I can. Can I? No. Yeah. I catch. Yeah. Okay. No.
No,
So
you can shoot only one
yeah.
target.
Yeah. And
It's
so I go
it's
1, 2, 3.
yes, very nice. And I'm shot down because of your gun. Okay. Try to make me damages, Nico, that we can show how
So
it
I show
works.
off the little thing.
Don't destroy me in one shoot, please.
1, 2, 3.
Well, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I will shoot you down. If you
You.
do this, I shoot you down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's nice of you to tell me. 1, 2,
that's too
3.
late.
I was here. 1, 2, 3. Here, maybe.
Okay. Yes, I cannot shoot you down.
I'll
One,
still turn
two.
one.
Yes, yes, I can.
Maybe you. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was your movement activation. So you have no plane to activate, so I can activate mine.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
will start with this one. I do 1, 2, and 3, and I shoot you here. You are in my arc of fire,
Yeah.
and you have been activated already. So pop. It is done. And now I would like to keep information. I will climb. Okay, I go high altitude. It costs me 2 movement points. And now I can move 1 movement point extra. So I will go there. And that one make 1, 2, 3.
They're
Okay.
they're regrouping.
Yes. I hope I can get the initiative, but I'm not sure.
No.
Because you have less plane now,
Ah
so
oui.
you have very good
One.
chance to
So my
initiate.
initiative is 1, 2, 3, and yours is 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's the end of the turn.
Yeah.
We remove everything, and let's count the handicap point. I have 1 here, 2 here, it makes 3, and 1 group here, it makes 4. And you have 1 handicap point here and 2 handicap here, so it means 3 handicap point for you.
I
So
still
you
have
keep,
the
yeah,
initiative.
we are in turn 5. Okay. So now you can take me down, maybe.
But I'll damage one just so that people can see, because this
Yeah,
one can go
I,
up, up, 2, 3,
and 3.
and shoot from here to do 1 point of damage.
Yeah, I will escape. I escape
Ah oui,
here.
c'est vrai.
Just to show you. Okay, low altitude. That one has been activated to escape you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you can do something to make. No, I'm blocking you here.
Yeah. 1,
Uh,
2, 3. No, I can't do anything.
you could have done something. 1, 2, 3. Going down. No. You could have done something on this one, but okay.
Oh, I'm gonna try
No.
and regroup with my buddy.
Yeah, it's my turn. You
okay.
make this activation.
Yep.
I just made the dodge, so now I have to do something. I do something mean, but for once I win.
For
Yeah. It's very rare. Okay, I do my split S here,
okay. Oh no.
like this,
Yeah.
like this,
Yep.
and you are in my arc of fire here, so you are destroyed. Boom.
You are slaughtering me.
Yes, for once. Usually, we used to play with Nico together, and
Okay.
usually he won.
But I know
Yeah.
last time you won because you had the Japanese and they had more planes, and now I play the Japanese and there's fewer Japanese planes. You want me to lose?
Yeah, we call it equilibrium,
Yeah.
so balance, the
Balance.
balance. So when I play, I have more planes than you.
Right.
That's the balance.
That's the balance. Sorry. So when Nico loses, the game is perfect.
Yeah. It's I think it's one of the motivation of game designers. They really want to make games where they win, and I always lose, even at my games. So that's
I
why
have
I'm keep going on.
I have
Yeah.
I have one more plane to move, but but see,
Mm,
yes, I
you
can
can
do.
pass,
No, I can do a
and you
split
can do the
S.
same. Exactly. Yeah.
Up.
Nice shoot. I'm down, and you are activated, and I still have my groups there. They will. They won't try to face you. They will do 1, 2, and 3.
I can still do this.
I have no chance to. Yeah. Okay. That's the end of the turn. We'll remove the activation token up. And you still have the initiative, and we are turn 6. Okay, your turn, Nico.
3.
Yeah.
But that's just gonna make you move. But
Yeah, I'm obliged to move
yeah, it's the best
there
I can do. Yeah.
to go out of your arc of fire. And then that's my turn. Actually, I could shoot you down and we will
Probably
finish. 1,
2.
2, no.
See, 3, and then a free dive.
3? No, because the free dive will put me here. And look,
Uh,
my arc of fire is there. I'm too close from you.
I know. I thought you were gonna because you were here.
But this
1,
one will do that.
2,
1,
3. Oh, you know, because
2,
you can't turn again.
2, 3. No, it's not good. Well, okay. Let's say this. We gave us rules that when you start to move a token,
You can't.
you have to.
No
You
takebacks.
can exactly. You cannot take it back. It's really my advice on this game if you want to keep it fluid, because sometimes you have players who want to optimize everything and to things and to move around, and it can start to be very complicated with this kind of game. That's why. So you can think before, but once you have moved your plane, it's moved. Okay, so I think it's a good way
Mm-hmm.
to show
Sounds fair.
the.
That makes people
Uh,
think instead of moving the pieces around to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's a good illustration of the battle itself. So sometimes
When
we're
you're
not
a
optimal in the
when you're a
battle.
pilot, you have to go with your
Yeah,
instincts, and you never have a second chance.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the turn 6. So we
Oh
can
yeah.
move the token around. So actually, another rule is that as soon as we have destroyed 2/3 of the enemy fleet,
Mm-hmm.
the other one break break down. So go away from the battle,
Oh,
and
breakaway.
they lose. So in this
So I
case,
lose. Oh, yeah.
break away. Yes.
Oh, but I look at my
So they
last
break
move.
away.
My last move was this. I have
Okay.
1, 2,
You climb.
3.
Yes, very nice. Okay.
Because he's doing
And let me make
bonsai.
okay. And just for people who are watching till now, I make an escape like this,
Yeah.
a dodge. Okay, I dodge like this.
Hmm.
It's uh, it's not enough to go out of your arc of fire. Okay,
Which you're still in my arc of fire, by the way.
exactly. I'm still in your arc of fire, so it means I will take the damage. Okay, when it happens like this,
See, I did it
so
on
I take the
purpose.
damage. Yeah, and that's why just to show it works, we have this damage token, so you can put it below your plane up to show that exactly like this.
Mm.
This plane has taken one damage. Okay, it doesn't change anything to him. It just count one handicap more when you count for initiative, and the next damage it takes will be shot down.
Would be would be his last.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the plane in the base game, most of the planes they have two armor points.
Hmm.
Even the bomber and the dive bomber, and they have two armor points. There is some plane you will see them in the one expansion, the B-26 Marauder.
Hmm.
They are big. They have two motors. It's a big bomber, and this plane will have three armor points.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so you
You
have
said
to shoot
the
them
B
three
24.
times.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, B-26,
B
B-26.
26. Okay.
Yeah, Marauder, and they will have three armor points. That's the exception. So okay,
Well, very good.
uh, it's me. We can play. I will climb. It's two movement
Oh,
points.
normally in a normal game I would have lost because I lost most of my flyers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I will climb and make a turn like this. Okay, in the smoke. So I have moved all my plane. You two, you have the initiative is turn 7.
Or I don't know. Is there any way?
Yeah, for you now, it's very difficult to. You should let me move first, and then you're trying to catch me.
Try to chase you. Yes.
Yeah, but it's very difficult. One against three,
I'm.
you cannot make.
We will do
You have
anything
seen this game.
in service of the emperor.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, what we wanted, most of the air battle games there is on the market now are really focusing on the piloting technique
Hmm.
and on the skill of the pilot and of the plane and things like that. In Fighters of the Pacific, we do the same. You have seen maneuvering, piloting your plane in the right way is important to shoot the enemy. But it's not the most important. The most important is really the way your plane work together to make the opponent reacting
As a
to, to,
squadrons.
to as a squadrons exactly. So this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to have a game with a lot of aircrafts. We play with 15 to 20 aircrafts per side, and what is important is really how they work together. You sometimes you can try to make a trap to attract the opponent on the target and then to catch him on the low position, on the weak position, and you can destroy him.
Mm.
So it's really the way you work together that is important.
But will there be any aces in the game? Because
Yes,
that's
yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
how do because you can't really there's no each plane of the same type is different, so it'll be like a different stats for this particular plane because there's an ace on it, or is it different rules?
No, the aces will have some special rules.
Okay.
We will use some historical characters like Lieutenant Satch of the U.S. Navy,
Uh huh.
uh, because Satch was very well known for um, creating a tactic. Because historically the Zero were really stronger, better than the Wildcat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our game didn't show that, but they are really best. And
They had much better climbing speed, the Wildcats.
Yeah, agility and shooting. Yeah, and the Wildcat were weak, but Touch was able to invent a tactic to win against zeros. So that was one of the heroes. And from the Japanese side, we have Lieutenant Tomonaga. He was the leader of uh, of squadrons, and he was very courageous. And he will have some special rules to depict his character on the battlefield.
I think that they were
So
all very courageous, or maybe a little
that's
to
true.
get
That's
into those
true.
machines and get
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
at all the time.
You're right. You're completely right, Nico. And but yes, we will have some characters like this
That's right.
from a historical point of view. Mm.
Okay, well, we're coming up on the hour. I don't know what else to ask you. I think this is great. I like because it has the feel uh, of a World War II war game a little bit, but much simpler rules, of course, because you know World War II war games. When you say this, you think of a huge map with thousands of little counters with little numbers on it. But this is not that. This is this the feel of a World War II war game with very simple rules that you can get into and maneuver lots of little planes without having to get bogged down in lots of tables and things like that.
Yeah, yeah. And remember, we have seen here the initiation scenarios.
Okay.
Normal scenarios, you will have some ships with torpedoes attack, dive bomber, anti-aircraft guns shooting around. So
Yeah.
you still have the fury of the air battle of that time, but with not that much rules, and we hope we keep these games quite fluid. You know,
Yep. Yep.
very fluid and easy and fast to play. So and in 1 hour you make a big air battle.
That's
That's the
nice.
point.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
Thank you, Nico.
That's all I got. Thank you, Didier, for coming. I have always my little announcement that don't panic, and not a lot of people have signed up, so please go ahead and participate. We're doing a giveaway for Essen. All you need to do is look us up on social media like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. If you look there, you'll see a link to answer 6 questions about our games that we are presenting at Essen. If you get the 6 questions right, you can get picked as a winner for the day. There's a winner every day, and you get to pick one game from our catalog, any game on our catalog. And we have a lot of them, so you should participate. There's lots of things to win still. And Didier, again, thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
and
It was a great game.
let's talk about it soon. Maybe we'll do another one later with more stuff, with a bigger game on Tabletopia to maybe show
Yeah.
off some of the other
Uh,
pieces.
and let's film it because when we film the game, I win. When we don't film it, you win all the time. So I mean,
Fine.
I
C'est
love
cool.
this video. Thank you, Nico. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Didier. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye,
Bye.
Didier.
Bye.